Hello and thanks for joining us. The NBA Cup, and with both of these teams sitting at 0-1, this game too is crucial.
Yeah, the challenge with the NBA Cup is there's no feeling out period. You have to hit the ground running or you're gonna get left behind.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Miller and Bridges are the wings. Mark Williams out there with Nicholas Batum, and it's Ball in at the point guard position. Here's Dinwiddie, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And give credit to Dinwiddie, taking the hit well and finding a way to power through it.
Here's Ball, and he banks in the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Sharp, a screen on Miller. To the inside. And stolen by Williams. Dinwiddie against Ball. Pass to Williams. Now Bridges. There's Ball with a three. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Thomas. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. Dinwiddie goes in, and the layup falls. Dinwiddie's got his second basket on the night.
Gotta love guards that can finish inside. Is Dinwiddie on that list? Absolutely.
And the Nets, one of a handful of franchises to have never won an NBA title, RJ.
I was fortunate to be on those Nets finals teams in 2002 and 2003. The combination of Durant, Harden, and Irving was supposed to end that drought and save this Nets franchise, but it was not to be.
Now here's Barrett, coming off a terrific game against New York.
They've come out strong, 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
Thomas against Miller. Ball right side. Back to Miller. 5 to shoot. Here's Batum. Rebound Brooklyn.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one. Ideal way to start the game. Come out of the gate and knock down all but one of your first 5 shots.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
I needed to get loud in here for your Brooklyn.
Here we have the teams that really hustled for those second chance looks the last 10 games. Brooklyn, second.
This squad's been attacking the offensive glass with a ton of energy lately, and it's paid off with a nice pile of second chance points.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Bridges, right side. Pass to Miller. Now Ball. Bridges with it. Shot clock at 6. Here's Miller. And And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
No, it's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And you watch Cam Thomas. Talk about a scorer's mindset, RJ.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup. He's proficient and efficient from all 3 levels. He is as confident as they come.
And he knocks down the first one. And this is game 2 of the NBA Cup tournament for both of these teams here in the group play round.
Yeah, in this NBA Cup format, every single game counts. So a win here for either of these squads is essential to keep them in the hunt moving forward.
And both free throws good for Thomas.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Miller, the pass to Ball. Brooklyn pulls it in. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Hornets team.
Yeah, they beat this team in the season series last year. But what's that really saying?
Now here's Thomas. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
Miller against Thomas. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Nick Batum. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
First free throw is good.
You can tell Cam Thomas has a real aptitude for this game. He can contribute in multiple stats out on that floor.
That one misses. And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Batum outside. Pass to Ball. And here's Miller. Thomas defends. Just 5 to shoot. Bridges with it. They double him with Barrett.
And you see that in building their lead, they've done an impressive job on the defensive glass.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I did have a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Rozier, the pass to Bridges. Drops in the layup for 2.
What vision from Rozier there. Seeing his teammate was wide open and making the right pass.
Barrett against Miller. Shot is good by Barrett. Barrett's got 6.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
You know what time it is. It's time for Team Hawk. Touch it back. Now on the court is your home squad. Get loud and let me hear you. The most confident fans in the land. Let's go and teach it.
Brooklyn. Watford's checked in for Sharp. Melton comes in for Clowney. And Ben Simmons subbed in for Dinwiddie. And Charlotte making a change here. Here's Rozier, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Washington, a screen on Melton. Washington, right side. Up top, Bridges. 6 to shoot. Good. He hits the jumper. Bridges has got his second basket of the night. And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. It's a 5-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
And guys, those road games are never easy, but they had a solid strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home, they were able to execute cleanly and look really fresh out there.
And the eagerness of Rozier, I mean, he wanted to hit them right back.
Simmons, the pass to Watford. Outside Johnson. Pass to Simmons. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Rozier outside. The 3-ball. And the Hornets, another 3.
From distance, Rozier looking confident.
Outside Barrett. "17 seconds left in the first. Got it. Good job in the low post.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Rozier looking around. The 3 is up. The shot that time not on target. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Brooklyn out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
Well, I've also really loved watching them connect from the in-between area. I mean, they're finding ways to do damage consistently from there.
On the floor for Charlotte, Ball and Rozier, they man the backcourt. At the forward spots, Hayward and Washington, and it's Sarr in at the center position. Goes back up. Hayward's shot is off.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Thomas misses. Hornets trail by 4. Hayward, the pass to Ball. 3-pointer Rozier. Again, the miss by the Hornets. The Nets shooting has been spectacular. 67%. Just incredible.
As a scorer, Simmons' best work comes right at the rim.
And Richard, after going undrafted back in 2016, what a career for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Approaching a decade in this league. He's been a starter for most of that time, but he continues to be the definition of a 3-and-D glue guy.
For Charlotte, they've gone 0 for 4 in the second quarter. Pass to Rozier. Now Washington. Here's Sarr. Thomas defends. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
The first free throw is good. Grant, a little background on the NBA Cup tournament this game is part of. It traces its origins back to the WNBA Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah, the WNBA was set to feature the in-season tournament in 2020, but the pandemic delayed that start until 2021. Since then, it's been a wild success, and the NBA decided to run one of their own.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Obviously, Alexander Sarr's stature grabs your attention, but he's stronger than he looks, too. And that can be a pretty dangerous combination if he learns to use it right.
Now here's Thomas. And he also played a big role in their last game with New York. Pass to Melton. Good D by Ball. Hornets trail by 5. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Brooklyn making some changes. Sharp comes in for Ben Simmons. And it's Dinwiddie in for Finney Smith. Williams is checked in for Charlotte. Miller comes in for Bertans. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Thomas outside. Pass to Sharp. Dinwiddie outside. Sharp, a screen on Ball. And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Yeah, your second unit, those reserves, they can swing a game.
And Brooklyn has possession. After the basket by Charlotte. Dinwiddie with a screen on Rozier. And that one's good. Melton.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to Miller. From downtown. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller's so quick off the catch.
Melton outside. Dinwiddie with a screen on Rozier. Back to Dinwiddie. Stolen by Ball. Now the Hornets moving it up. Here's Rozier. And the finish on the break with the slam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Now here's Johnson, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Miller, the pass to Ball. Rozier outside. Williams with the screen. Rozier can't get it to go. And so Dinwiddie will bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 2. Outside Johnson. Pass to Sharp. And here's Melton. Thomas with the ball. Shoots over Miller. Thomas, that's good. Thomas has got 5 now.
Oh, Cam Thomas is a very comfortable mid-range shooter.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Something fun about this NBA Cup tournament are the nights where we only have Cup games. It's a playoffs-like atmosphere.
Yeah, especially with the way these NBA Cup games affect everybody's standings within the tournament. Every game becomes important, and it just makes it that much more exciting to watch.
Show us those moves. Oh, yeah. Look at those moves. Next, please.
Brooklyn, Clowney, he's checked in for Johnson, and Barrett subbed in for Thomas. And Charlotte making a change here. Williams finds Smith. Now here's Miller. Lets the three fly. Sharp grabs the miss.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Pass to Clowney. This one for three. The rebound by Bridges. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Now Smith. Back to Bridges. Fires the three. Buries it from 3. Bridges has got 7 points.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Dinwiddie passes to Sharp. Here's Dinwiddie. 3-pointer. The shot won't fall. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 14-5 run. To the paint. Miller outside. Bridges outside. Lets it go from deep. Here's Williams. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Now it's a 5-point Hornet lead.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
Down low. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Here's Miller. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Pass to Barrett. Sharp a screen on Bridges. The 3, Barrett knocks down the triple. He's got 14.
Yeah, this is the kind of scorer Barrett can be. When he's playing to his strengths, he can catch fire.
Back to Smith. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Dinwiddie outside. Outside Barrett. Nice D from Bridges.
And one of the reasons they're down right now is because they've fallen in love with the jump shot.
Pass to Batum. Here's Miller. Can't connect from short range. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Hornets up by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. Their Let's hear it for our contestant. Welcome.
Welcome, folks. It's halftime, and the Charlotte Hornets are in the midst of a very close game.
Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserves have been tonight, guys.
Lots of interchangeable parts. They can throw different lineups at you. Keeps you guessing. All right, guys, let's swing it over and see what the fans have been posting. Here we go. Deep 3 Christie wants to know the following. If you guys could be one animal, what would it be and why?
Well, since my nickname is the Jet.
What's that have to do with being an animal?
Because you think I want to fly.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like an eagle, but it's not. I'd like to be a cheetah.
You mean a bald eagle? Get it? I would be a dinosaur, Ernie. You know the name I'm about to tell you. Shaqosaurus Rex, the ruler of the animal kingdom.
Well, you're definitely a dinosaur in real life, so it's fitting.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Hornets leading by 4. We've got Cam Thomas, also Spencer Dinwiddie out there. Sharp out there with R.J. Barrett. And it's Clowney in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Miller. Brooklyn pulls it in. Sharp's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Thomas. Pass to Dinwiddie. Program with the money's on the line. The mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
First one falls for him.
A long, versatile guard at 6'5". Spencer Dinwiddie can play the 1, shift over to the 2. It gives you scoring and playmaking.
Both good from the line that time. The Hornets with a lead. Ball with it. Pass to Miller. Back to Ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Williams punches it home.
Doesn't believe in soft finishes. The big fella's all about power.
Dinwiddie passes to Thomas. Back to Dinwiddie. Nice move. And it's good on the lay-in. Dinwiddie's got 4 points in the quarter.
What a move to get himself open, and then Dinwiddie cans the shot on top of him.
Williams a screen on Barrett. Bridges passes to Williams. Sharp grabs the miss. Sharp's got 5 rebounds in the game. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Ryan, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. Now here's Bridges. He's got 7. Here's Batum. Three-pointer, no good.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Dinwiddie passes to Thomas. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Clowney. That misses. Had a chance to tie it.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. Let's just say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
Up top Ball. He's covered by Dinwiddie. And Ball throws it down.
Wow. Did I just see that? I mean, LaMelo with the artful dribble.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage at his position, Grant?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
For your Brooklyn Nets.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Cam Thomas.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Pass to Clowney. Dinwiddie outside. Now Sharp. Williams defending. And there's Barrett on the assist from Sharp. Barrett's got 16 points.
Such a gutsy player. Barrett takes on challenging defenders in style and stays in control.
Fires from the wing. Brooklyn pulls it in. Sharp's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Thomas finds Sharp. Outside Barrett for the lead. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds now.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
There's Ball with a 3. Brooklyn pulls it in.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
Thomas can't tie it up. That one misses. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Williams. Batum outside. From downtown, they get it back.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Clowney. Outside Barrett for the lead. Connects from downtown. Barrett's got 5 points now this quarter.
You gotta like the quick decision-making from Barrett. Not even hesitating at all off the catch.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
It's time to get excited and get loud. Here they are. Team Hype. Get loud, fans. On the court, the Hype Squad. I want to see them. Sing what? I said anyone want a t-shirt? Oh, yeah. I see you. Let's go.
He's checked in for Brooklyn. And a change for the Hornets. Sarr's checked in. And the Hornets with possession here. It's a one-point game. They host the Pistons after this one, and that's a one-game homestand for the club. Dinwiddie against Ball. Oh, love to see Ball attack inside.
Yeah, inside Ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
Pass to Johnson. And here is Barrett. Some solid defense from Williams. Charlotte has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. And Williams punches it home.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Outside Barrett. Dinwiddie with a screen on Bridges. For three, Barrett. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. For three, Bridges. Second chance shot. Sarr misses. Nets trail by 3. And it's Barrett off the drive. And he goes big with the dunk right over Miles Bridges.
Yeah, one of the better dunks we've seen from Barrett. My goodness.
Pass to Miller. Ball with it. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Ball looks over the floor. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bridges. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Bridges has got 9.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Here's Dinwiddie. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Dinwiddie against Ball. Pass to Miller. Williams a screen on Thomas. Miller can't get it to go.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Miller against Thomas. And the layup is good. 7 points in the game.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Hornets out in front, up 1. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Charlotte, Ball and Rozier, they man the backcourt. P.J. Washington out there with Sarr. And it's Martin in at the 3, the small forward. Thomas, that's good.
Muscling it home. Cam finds a way on that offensive end.
Ball outside. From outside the arc, a 3-ball from LaMelo.
Didn't get a 3 in the first half, but now he's on the board with his first triple of the game.
They set the screen. Melton against Ball. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Now one on Ball. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Charlotte.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
The first one falls. Richards is checked in for Charlotte. And he makes both free throws. Well, the Hornets shooting the rock well at 46%. Ball against Melton, and the foul on Ben Simmons. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Throws it up high. Richards' shot is off.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
And it's the Hornets' ball. Ball outside. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. It's going to go on Ben Simmons.
That was a disgusting first half he turned in, but it's been night and day for him after the break.
Dinwiddie, he's checked in for Finney-Smith. And a change for the Hornets. Brandon Miller's checked in for Washington.
You gotta respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him.
Now here's Melton. Pass to Thomas. Launches it. Nails it from three.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Here's Ball. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
Something seemed to click for him at halftime. He's looked a lot more focused, and the game is just easy for him now.
Miller against Thomas. Back to Johnson. Clock at 6. Pass to Melton. Richards pulls it in. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. The lead is 2. Here's Sarr. Johnson with the defensive effort. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Simmons, the pass to Dinwiddie. To the middle. And Thomas gets it to go on the assist by Dinwiddie. Thomas has got 9 points now in the second half. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. And here's Rozier. Pass to Ball. Goes up at the stripe. Rebounded by Johnson.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Melton finds Dinwiddie. Thomas a screen on Ball. And that misses. That would have put him up. For Charlotte, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. And Ball throws it down.
The defense leaves an opening and Ball exploits it. I mean, he can be so sudden.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Brooklyn, Sharp. He's checked in for Ben Simmons. Clowney comes in for Johnson. And it's R.J. Barrett in for Melton. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordy Fernandez's huddle. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Thomas outside. With the drive. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Miller's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Batum. Ball outside. Batum outside. Back to Ball. 6 to shoot. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. And now it's a 4-point Charlotte lead.
Oh, clutch points from Ball. You can't forget he's 6'7", and that really helps him get shots off when it matters the most.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Now here's Thomas. Tipped away. Batum with it, and it's Thomas picking him up. For 3, Bridges. Brooklyn pulls it in. Sharp's got 8 rebounds in the game. Barrett into the lane. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Barrett's got 23.
And you know Barrett wants the ball in his hands, especially on these big possessions.
Bridges outside for 3. And it's Thomas with the rebound.
That's a look he couldn't pass up. He just couldn't get it to go.
Over Bridges. Thomas misses. Hornets leading by 5. And Bridges, here we go. Banked it in off the glass.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Chalk up 2 there.
They needed that bucket, and Thomas is demonstrating some leadership, helping them get it.
Ball outside. Batum outside. Ball against Dinwiddie. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. He doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got 1 more, though. And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall. Nets trail by 5. Pass to Dinwiddie. And he's going for the lob. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Now here's Ball. 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Dinwiddie with a rebound. And so Dinwiddie will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Here he goes.
You knew the contact was coming, but Dinwiddie not afraid.
And out the line, shooting 2, Dinwiddie.
Good on the first, and that brings him within 2 here. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie.
See, it's easy to see why his teammates trust him. He's a leader on this team and loves coming up huge in the clutch.
Williams, a screen on Dinwiddie. The three from Ball. Brooklyn pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
If they've got a surefire quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
Brooklyn with possession here. They trail by one. Here's Thomas. And he sinks it.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
If they've got a surefire quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Now Ball. The three ball. Oh, bangs home the three.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
This has to be a lob close enough to the basket to tip it in. No time for a catch and shoot.
Now on the court, the Durham squad. And right here we got some teachers with a lot of greatness, most exciting fans in the building. If you want one, put your hands in the air and wave those babies like you just done.
at this one. They initially thought he didn't get it off, but it was awfully tough to tell. What a moment this is here. They may go from winners to losers just like that. And the final ruling has been made. The original call was correct, and this contest is over. The basket will not count.
Well, they had to make sure they got the call right in this situation. And boy, he was just a fraction of a second late. So close.
And so it's the Hornets who come out on top here. Their record is now 1-1 in this group round. And you know they're breathing a sigh of relief.
But that's only temporary. They're going to have to dig deep if they want to eventually hoist the NBA Cup.
And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.